as usual, I found myself down the corridor of the Shudder channel or Shudder platform, I guess I should say. And you're going to love this. I watched a movie called The Innocents.
The Innocent.
And it is not the 1961 movie with Deborah Kerr, directed by Jack Clayton.
Right.
This is a new Norwegian film, and it is a foreign film that totally took me by surprise. First of all, it's directed by Eskil Vogt, who did a movie called Thelma that I think I talked about in a genre week years ago, because it came out back in 2017. He's a very, very slow burn director. So this guy is not for everyone if you're looking for fast-paced horror. And add on top of it that it's subtitled because it's Norwegian, that makes it even slower for some, I'm sure. And Thelma was that way. He has a bit of an obsession with, I want to say superheroes, because the movies that I've seen, Thelma and this one, feature kids with powers.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily superheroes so much, but kind of like Carrie or, telekinetic powers, that kind of thing. Thelma was about a girl in college that came into her powers. This is about a group of 4 kids.
Okay.
At least 3 of them have unusual telekinetic type powers, and one of them is autistic and completely kind of in her own world.
Mm-hmm.
The picture of the girl behind me is her sister, and she's the one that really doesn't have powers, or maybe she comes into them late. I can't remember. You don't see her exhibit them that much.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie, I was questioning whether it was a horror movie. I'm like, why is this on Shudder? I don't understand where the horror is. Then really horrible things started happening that I almost had to turn it off. I almost couldn't finish it.
Really?
Yeah, because in the beginning, this girl is tormenting her sister who is autistic. She does things like pinches her, or she puts glass in her shoe.
Man.
And I'm like, this is some cruel shit. Then some cruelty to animals starts happening by one of the other kids. And that's when I almost turned it off. I was like, I can't handle this. But fortunately, I didn't turn it off. I went through it, and the payoff was worth it. It's a slow burn. You realize that this little girl is not really the enemy, and her sister is like a hero, the autistic girl, and there's another girl in it that's great, and there's this little boy that is just fucking evil. and it's just, I don't know how to describe it other than I loved it. But if you're looking for something fast-paced in the horror world, you are not going to like this movie. It reminded me a bit of the Swedish director Thomas Alfredson that directed Let the Right One In, that movie we covered first season. And if you want to catch this one, I highly recommend it for people that enjoy slow burn horror. It is on Shudder.
Interesting. I think I remember seeing it, or when I was looking up Innocence for the podcast, I actually came across the trailer or something for it, because that poster looks very familiar.
It's like a swing set upside down and a girl hanging from it.
Yeah, very unique. So I thought that was interesting. And it reminded me of like Let the Right One In kind of feel to it. Just in the poster.
Exactly what I would describe it as. Only not vampires.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And I would probably, now that I've seen this, consider this for the podcast.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty intense in places. It's like you're like just going, oh my God, oh my God, don't let this happen. That kind of thing.
Yeah, if you had to turn it off and then went back to it, that'd be interesting. So, yeah.
Yeah.